Hello, in this video we're gonna try to solve polynomial inequalities. So the first one, we have x squared plus 2x less than -1. First thing we do, we add 1 to both sides. We get x squared plus 2x plus 1 less than 0. So looking at this quadratic, if we factor it, we'll get x plus 1 times x plus 1 less than 0. So this is a polynomial. The x-intercept is a -1 of second degree polynomial, and it's gonna open upward. So looking at this graph, we don't see any value for x that will make this parabola on the negative side. And this is the negative. Let me highlight the negative side. So this is the negative side. This is less than 0. So we see that the graph does not exist in here, and therefore the solution will be empty set or no solution. There is no x that will make the parabola on the negative side in a way. The next example, we have a cube x to the third plus 8 less than 0. So here, if we factor, we get x plus 2. This is the sum of two cubes using the formula x plus 2 times x squared minus 2x plus 4 less than 0. So setting each one of them equals 0, we see that x plus 2 equals 0, meaning x minus 2, and we set x squared minus 2x plus 4 equal to 0. We're gonna have no real solution. It's gonna be complex. Therefore the whole parabola, again this part here, is on the positive side and has no x-intercept, so it's always greater than 0. And so either we could do the test table, or we could just graph it, or we could do both. So the table will be x from -infinity to infinity. The only critical point, or the point where it's equal to 0, the term equal to 0, is -2. And we have two terms. We have the first one, which is x plus 2. The second one is x squared minus 2x plus 4, which we know is always positive. And now the last term, which is both of them, x plus 2 times x squared minus 2x plus 4, or which is equal to x to the third plus 8. So this x plus 2 is equal to 0 when x equal minus 2. If x is minus 2, then this term x plus 2 is 0. This term is never 0, and it's always positive. And this term, if you choose any x less than -2, any value for x less than -2, for example -3, you substitute -3 plus 2, you get a -1, which is the values will be negative. Any value after -2, which is for example 0, 0 plus 2 is positive 2, so it's going to be a positive value. So if you choose an x between -infinity to -2, it will make the x plus 2 negative and this one positive, the second term. And if you multiply a negative by positive, the answer is a negative. And if you choose an x value between -2 to infinity, it will make x plus 2 a positive value, but x squared minus 2x plus 4 also positive. So you multiply two positive values, you get a positive value. Now what we're looking for, one is x to the third plus 8, which is right here, which is in a factor form, we have it here, is less than 0. Well, it is less than 0 right here. That means we're looking for a negative values less than 0, which in our case, any x value between -infinity to -2 will make this function on the negative side. So here we solve the solution. We have the solution, -infinity to -2. If x between -infinity to -2, you plug it here, you're going to have a negative value. And as I mentioned earlier, the graph of this polynomial is going to cross a -2 and 8. I'm not drawing to scale here, but just to show you, it's a polynomial. So as you see, my graph is not accurately drawn. but just to show you that this function is on the negative side when x is less than -2, and that's what we have here, x less than -2. The whole graph is on the negative side, or is less than 0. And I hope this video is helpful.